Hey, how's it going, everybody? Once again. So, since I have been watching YouTube videos, well, I won't say ever since because the very first time I did so was around a good 12 years ago. At the time, videos couldn't, if some of you may could remember that far back, videos couldn't be if I'm not mistaken, over 30 minutes or longer, duration wise. Nor was there any guys, were there any guys speaking their opinion like it is now? A perfect example would be myself of how I'm always, for the most part, giving my perspective on topics such as religion, every now and then politics, uh, race, relationships, things of that nature. Back then on YouTube, there were a lot of music videos mainly to watch instead of a lot of influencers making videos and posts like you did now. And the algorithm was a whole lot different compared to now and compared to back then. Anyway, I've noticed how there's always videos of guys, black guys in particular, saying how they don't care to date black women. Instead, more of them have been, as of lately, getting passports to travel overseas and form long-term relationships, long-term steady relationships at that, when women, foreign women, because they find foreign women more easier to deal with, black guys, for instance. And one of the main reasons why is because they may say black women specifically have bad attitudes, and specifically just black women, period. However, there are other races of women that have just as bad attitudes as black women. But it's like most brothers specifically like to downplay black women like they're some of the worst women to deal with on the planet, when that is not true. Case in point, I was at a gas station earlier, and there happened to be a younger black guy, way much younger than I, and was entering inside the gas station. Behind him happened to be a middle-aged white woman who probably happened to be somewhere around her 50s, I would say at the least, early to maybe mid 50s to say the least. They were entering inside the gas station. He called himself being a gentleman by opening the door for her, which I found nothing wrong with. Nothing wrong with it at all. However, she didn't say anything, didn't thank him or anything. And there have been times when I have personally opened the doors for white women while entering inside of an establishment or building, only for them to give me the same kind of treatment. The same for black women. And my point of saying this is, brothers, it's not just black women that appear to be so spiteful as a lot of you make it out to be. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some that could come across as that way, but not all of them. Just because of your experiences, it could be your past experiences or current experiences with black women. All of them are not the same. There are some that are very nice women out there. You just need to be in the right place at the right moment, and some that will actually give you the time of day. Just because you may have been rejected by quite a bit, just because some may have found you lame, corny, just to name a few things, that doesn't mean that all of them are like that. So, some will. You could be one of the most I mean, even though there's really nothing such as a nerd, but people have their own. This is the problem. People are very opinionated, especially when you're not like them. They like to place you into a certain category, like to labelize you as well. Anyway, I don't care if you may have been rejected by every single last woman, black guys, black woman, at that you may have approached, and you may still go to through rejection, um, a pretty big amount of rejection as of right now. All black women are not hard to deal with. All of them don't have attitudes. I mean, and then you never know, for the ones that do have attitudes, they may have had negative experiences with men of the past. Therefore, some may not have use for a man right now. Excuse me, as I'm receiving this phone. But back to what I was saying, some of them may not just have, some of these women, black women, who may come across as not so friendly, that may come across as spiteful, may have had negative experiences with men of the past. Therefore, they may have a chip on their shoulder. Sometimes it's not anything personal pertaining to you, but then again, other times it could be. You may just not be their type of guy that they may be looking for, desiring for the moment. Once again, I have dealt with not only black women that happen to be not so friendly, but other races of women as well. Because when I was working at a school, a middle school, I dealt with a woman who happened to be, actually two different women who happened to be South Asian, happened to be from India, and they happened to be some of the most unpleasant females to work around. Although I had no choice but to deal and work around them anyway, and deal with their demeanors anyhow. So let me know, guys who may be viewing this video, whether I'm right or wrong. If you do disagree with the feedback I just gave on how it's not just specifically African American women with bad attitudes or may come across as not so friendly, but other races of women as well, feel free to let me know whether you agree or disagree with my input by commenting right down below in the comment section, liking the video, sharing both the video and channel, so my channel could become more viral, gain a much more bigger audience. Last but not least, subscribe to the channel, because I will be uploading more upcoming content in a not so distant future. Until next time, be safe out there and be blessed.